Hi guys, welcome to the Mwegas. So today I want to talk about accountability when it comes to fellow men, holding fellow men accountable, and also how men are supposed to behave when they are called out, when they say crazy stuff, right? So as a man, how are you supposed to behave when fellow men or even women call you out when you are talking crazy or you are saying things which do not make sense? I'm going to use the Abba and Preach versus Fresh and Fit. I will not call it a beef, but I'll call it an altercation, like an online thing where it just escalated and escalated and escalated. And these are Abba and Preach are two men who are Canadians, and Fresh and Fit are two men who are American. And there was an issue, backstories that Abba had gone to their podcast and they were talking about something they called paying for box. So box is a word they used in place of a lady part, or the lady part which men pay for. So it was about legalizing prostitution. So that was like the topic of the discussion in the podcast. So Abba was there. Preach had joined them via video, I believe. And Abba was for the position that if a man wants to pay for it and a woman is willing to accept payment, to give it for payment, then why not? However, Fresh and Fit were all about, a man is not supposed to pay for it. Okay, let's just get into the video. And so this is Abba and Preach responding, like this is the first video they put out, responding to that podcast and just giving their thoughts. So I'm going to like pick snippets of various videos they put out discussing various things, and then I'm going to give my thoughts about what is happening. So yeah, let's do this. So this is Abba and Preach responding to the reacting to the Fresh and Fit podcasts.
Today's topic, me and Preach were both on this. So there's a discussion surrounding working women, girls who work in the bedroom professionally. And they were saying why they didn't want it to be legalized. And so they asked me and Preach's thoughts. And this is what happened.
Picture this though, right? We're dealing with these girls behind the scenes in person, right? How they look at these guys that are paying is different from what they're telling you in person, because they look at you as, okay, he's paying a need that I have, but I don't respect him. And for me, I don't want a bitch's pussy. I want her soul.
So just right there, so this guy, one of the Fresh and Fit duo, is saying that he wants a girl's soul. I mean, that is crazy talk. Just starting from there, that is crazy talk. What are you going to do with a girl's soul? Are you Jesus? Are you God? What will you do with a girl's soul? If she gave it to you, what will you do with it? I mean, how self-unaware is this guy? Like, for real. I'm Kenyan, okay? And I am yet to meet somebody who says, I want a girl's soul. You may want her heart. I don't know what that is about, but that is like acceptable, because when you say you want her heart, it like means you want her love, you want her devotion, you want her loyalty. But soul, you want a girl's soul? I mean, that is crazy.
You ain't getting nobody's soul. The f you think you are, Ghostbusters?
This man said her soul. Look at your face right now. You're looking at the camera like, what is he talking about? I don't know where the whole souls comment came
I was
from.
like, this, you want a soul?
That's corny. That's super corny. But
like if you are does this guy know women? Has he engaged with women? Because saying that you want a girl's soul, that is something I would expect from a love-struck teenager who is a virgin, who has never had a girl in his life. That is the kind of talk I would expect from such a person, not from somebody who claims to have game, who claims to have had numerous interactions with women. Wait, it gets worse. It gets much worse. Let's go back to watching.
But anyways,
I want that respect. So I get what you're saying, bro.
Same.
Like, I'd rather be the guy behind the scenes where she's, oh, baby, I love you, whatever. And then she's showing me, oh, look at all these thirsty guys in my DMs want to pay me for sex. Like, I'd rather be that guy behind the scenes and not the guy that's actually paying for it.
and you talk about the respect. Let me ask you something.
Listen to this one. Listen to this one. Just pay attention.
All the girls you smashed.
Yeah.
If I talk to every one of them, you think they all respect you or are going to say good things about you?
Yes.
Crazy talk. Like, this guy claims to be a guy with game. Claims to be a guy who has engaged with numerous women in sexual relationships and sexual encounters, right? There is even a video he put out where he says he smashed 3 girls at the same time. He's saying that every woman he engaged with respects him. Every woman, even those one night stands he had, even those, you know, where you are drunk and you go to a party and, you know, and you hook up with somebody, that girl respects him. All women he has smashed, all women he has engaged with, all of them respect him. Look, man, that is crazy. That is not even like normal crazy. That is like you being put in a psychiatric hospital crazy. Okay, look, I love me. I love me so much, but there are times I look at something I've done or something I've said and I've lost respect for myself. And I know that a lot of people haven't, you know, experienced that. You know, you do something and then you're like, what did I do? Like, you lose respect for yourself, and you know what you are capable for. You know how much love you have for you. But saying that all girls he has been with respect him, no. And then, so I just want to jump to the next video, and then you see how Fresh and Fit reacted to this criticism or this analysis of their thought process. So this is still another Urban Preach like reaction to Fresh and Fit's reaction.
We just came at them for their ideas with regards to paying for box and all this stuff. Thought it was full of shit.
I'm like, yo, relax, niggas, don't pay for box.
Even more, what I find really distasteful is you come to find out that Myron Gaines himself, right, the so-called pickup artist, the master, has his own seeking arrangements account, his own profile.
So this is a person who says that he will never pay for sex, right? Never. He never pay for sex. Yet he has this kind of a profile where he's seeking a sugar baby. Like anyone who understands sugar daddy, sugar baby relationships understands that there is some form of transaction that is involved in that relationship. It is come on, man. So you talk all this crazy talk, and then in reality you're doing the same thing you're telling men not to do. How special do you think you are? I mean, out of whatever billions of men out here, how special do you think you are? Right? And how stupid do you think men are? How stupid do you think men are? That you will talk from both sides of the mouth. And it is important that men get held accountable by fellow men. And I am so glad that men have, that this is being done. Because you see a lot of women out here also talking crazy about men do not hold their fellow men accountable. Men just stand by when fellow men do X, Y, Z. And they ignore things which are online where men are holding men accountable. Not only did not only did Abba and Preach hold Fresh and Fit accountable. Just go to YouTube and type Abba and Preach versus Fresh and Fit, and you will see numerous men, numerous YouTubers giving their thoughts about this. And a very small percentage of them are the ones who are siding with Fresh and Fit, because we know that they are talking crazy, that now they are being exposed as frauds and liars. And men don't like frauds and liars, especially those who pretend that they are out there for the interest of fellow men. Okay, you cannot have a podcast that you say is about raising a generation of men who are better, who are winners. And then you come and say, and you give, once you are in such a position, you have a lot of influence on young men. So you cannot come and lie to young men. Okay? And just lie in such a crazy, open way. Like it is just too much. You cannot say you will never and you do not pay for sex, but have a profile looking for a sugar baby. Anyway, that is not the crazy part. Crazy part is coming.
All right, this is on the web. You can find it. This man's out here talking about don't pay for box, don't pay for box. He's on a website for sugar daddies and sugar babies. Okay. All right. You want to be a giant hypocrite? Do your thing. Okay. Then you come to find out this man's talking about, listen, we want burning desire from ladies. Ain't that what they say? Right? You want to get their best, so you got to earn it. Come to find out, this man's telling girls in the DMs that if they want to come on the platform, they have to fuck, and if they don't, he gets upset about it and he gets all pissy.
Really? You do know that just because you DM'd somebody, that is a record that can be used, right? So, like, the fact that you say something different and then you act different is what is pissing off a lot of people. Okay? You'll never see men piling on a man who's open about his intentions. Okay, they might say, hey, your approach needs a little finessing. Okay, it just needs a little, just smooth it out a little bit. It is too rough. Okay, for example, there are men who DM girls and ask them for sex. But if the man, you already know the man for that, that like he doesn't hide, he doesn't pretend, that is his thing, then you're like, okay, if you DM a woman and she feels a certain kind of way and says you're harassing her and takes you to court, your problem, right? If you DM a woman and she's good with what you're suggesting and then you hook up and do, that's okay. But you cannot be on a platform saying that this is how men should behave. You should expect desire from women. You should expect respect from women. Like a woman should have some sort of feeling towards you before you smash it. But now, a random woman, just a woman, they don't even know each other. This just, and to to make the matters worse, it is the dude who approached the woman to come to his podcast. And then after the woman has accepted, now he's demanding for sex to allow the woman to come in his podcast. The woman had no intention of coming to the podcast before you got in touch with her. Right? It is like you asking a woman out on a date, right? And she says, okay. And then now you say, no, actually, you have to smash me before I take you on a date. It's like, are you crazy? Are you okay? You are the one who asked the woman to come to your podcast. When she said yes, now you are like, no, I have to smash you before.
Oh, you fucked all my other boys. You won't fuck me, then you can't get on the platform. So wait, you want to bang a girl who just wants to come on the platform for clout? And you think that's burning desire? And again, guys, I don't even care that he goes about that way to bang girls. Do whatever you want. You earned your platform. Go ahead. Me, it's the hypocrisy of these ideas. You preach to these men that they have to always seek this thing, that this is the way to live, that this is the best way, but you don't even walk the talk. That's what I find distasteful. It's like a Derek Jackson talking about be faithful to your wife, don't pay for box. Come to find out this man's cheating on everyone. How are you any different?
Very good question. How are you any different from... let's just see the craziest thing they... If this was in Kenya, if he was a Kenyan and he did this, they will not be having a YouTube back and forth. That is not something that will have happened. It will just have been somebody got their teeth knocked out. Anyway, let's just watch before I give my thoughts.
Free! Like, if y'all really want to do this nigga preacher's married, probably to a fucking beluga whale somewhere.
Look at... This is something... This is... You do not attack a person's family. If you and I have a disagreement, you can attack me if you want to attack... If you want to go personal, you can talk about my bad dreads, you can talk about my ugly face, you can talk about whatever you need to talk about me. You can do that. But you do not talk about my wife, you do not talk about my kids, you do not talk about my parents, you do not talk about my people. That is a no-go zone. Like, if it was in Kenya, I promise you, it wouldn't be like, you know, somebody will be doing a podcast with no teeth or with a black eye. You know, I think maybe being civilized is just gives assholes a lot of leeway to be assholes. You know, Kenya is a relatively small country, so it does not matter which city or town you are in. You know, if you insulted somebody's wife like that, they will come to your studio when you are on air and you'll get a beat down on air. You will be apologizing, bleeding all over. You will be apologizing in front of a camera when you are bleeding. You go after somebody's wife. Look, why are you so emotional? You are out here talking about alpha male logic. You know, you should behave as you are behaving. I don't want to say you're behaving like a woman, because that will be an insult to the women. Imagine how bad a man has to behave emotionally. How emotional you are that you cannot be compared to a woman. That you are worse than a woman. You are feminine. Your feminine self has just, you are worse than feminine. Imagine how bad you have to be that, and you call, come on. Abba and Preach raised a few issues. They did not attack your receding hairline, okay? They just attacked your issues. They just said, you don't say this and then do this. You don't say this and then do this. You said this and this is what you are doing. Never did they attack your person. Then you just go and, instead of coming out and, giving counterpoints to whatever they raised, sticking with the issues, you decided to go personal. And not just personal to the person who raised issues with you. You go personal to the wife. A person who has nothing to do with the issue at hand. Okay. And young men listen to you. No wonder this generation is messed up. And now we are planning to mess up the next one, because if people listen to your nonsense, you, instead of responding to the issues raised, because you know that you have no comeback. What does a man do when they are called out on their BS? What do men do? Men take accountability and take responsibility for that. They come out and say, hey, okay, that was crazy talk. I was talking crazy. Okay, that one I accept. I understand your perspective, and I do get where you are coming from. If you want to clarify, you clarify. And you say, okay, I might have used the wrong word, but what I meant is A, B, C, D. Okay, I do have this profile, but that profile is, I created it this and this a time, and I've not had time to go and pull it down. Or yeah, I am about that because of X, Y, Z. Or guys, you know what? This is a podcast. We are here to encourage young men. So we are not perfect. We all have flaws. So these are my flaws. Okay, you can choose to continue listening to me and the advice I'm giving you, recognizing the fact that this is also me on this other side. This is what I am about. This is what I do. This is my life. And I'm not going to stop this life because I'm on this podcast. So you have a decision to make. Take the good, leave the bad. And people will respect that. They will be like, hey, okay, cool. At least now, when you talk, we'll be like, take it with a pinch of salt. Like, everything you say, will not just take it as something you do. Just take it as something you'd like men to do, including yourself. But instead of responding or accepting that, you know what, I was wrong there, you go and start attacking somebody's wife. And then you go and preach out for a boxing match. And then he accepts. And when he accepts, you get cold feet. You see, you people are crazy. First of all, you invite a woman to your podcast. And then when she accepts, one of you starts demanding for sex. Now, the other fool challenges Preach to a boxing match. And Preach is like, okay. And not just you, we'll box. You know, the rules, everything. Put in gloves, you know what? Get into a ring. I will beat your ass. And then after I'm through with you, I get your stupid ass partner. And then I'm also going to beat his ass. No problem. I take you first. I'll be done with you. I take this other fool next and be done with him. Because you disrespected my wife. You disrespected my country. What did these fools do? They started saying, no, we cannot just box. We need to bring in promoters. We need to hype this thing. People need to pay to come. No. This is not an exhibition match. You disrespected somebody and then you called them out for boxing. You disrespected somebody and then you called them out and said, I'm not only going to disrespect your wife and your country, I'm also going to beat your ass. Like I said, okay. I'll be there next week and I'm going back. I'm going to pass by your studio and then we are going to see what this is about. And then you're like, oh no. We need no. We need to do this and this and this. No. In fact, even just I think Preach just saying that he'll come and box. He's just giving you too much leeway. This will just be an open beatdown. I just show up, or he just shows up to your studio and beats you up. He comes with his boys, not so that they can gang up on you. He just comes with his boys so that your boys do not get into the fight. I mean, so my boys watch your boys. They just leave you and I alone to settle our issues. And then when I'm done with you, then I face the next person. And Preach just said, if you beat me, good. I'm okay with it. I accept. Not like I'm coming there to win. You call me out, I'm a man, I answer to the challenge. Now, the guy who called Preach out also, that same week, he posts on Instagram him going out to buy a firearm. So first of all, you insult somebody's wife and country. You call them out for a boxing match. Once they accept, you go buy a firearm. Come on. You should just have taken your beat down, your ass whooping like a man. And all this thing will be like, Preach, settle his issues with Fresh and Fit, and we can move on. Now you're just making it worse and worse and worse. And you're coming out weak and weak. Okay, you are weak. But now you're coming out as weaker and weaker and weaker. And people are just losing respect for you. Whatever respect they had for you, gone. Because you're just too emotional. Okay? And then you lack self-awareness. This is not something you do. This is not something men do. And when men make the mistake of doing it, they know that there are repercussions. And a man takes the consequences of his actions on his feet. You stand up and you take the beating, if a beating is what is required. Why? And then they put a very stupid apology. That's like adding insult to injury. Sometimes silence is better than you speaking nonsense. Don't just say, I take accountability, I should not have talked about. No. And then you just move on like nothing happened. No. Preach said he's going to be in Miami. You just come on air and say, hi, I made a mistake, and I want to apologize to my subscribers. And then the only reason it appears that these fools apologize is because their subscribers, you know, people started unsubscribing to their platform. So, like, the apology was not because they realized that they might have gone overboard with their comments. The apology was because people were unsubscribing from their channel. So that means that they were getting hit in their pockets. So that is the only reason I think, and many people also share the same thought, that they apologized, because people decided I am not about that anymore. So those are my thoughts. I've been watching people reacting to this issue, and I thought that it would be a good idea if I also, you know, gave my input, because a lot of people who gave their reactions are people from the Western nations, and me being an African and a Kenyan specifically, thought it would also be a good idea to also give my input, so that people don't say that this is a Western thing. This is a universal thing, that if you and I have a problem, it's you and I having a problem, not you and I and your wife and your kids and your family and your country. The only time we roast each other's country is maybe during the Olympics, or maybe during a tournament, like a football tournament, where maybe Kenya is, you know, is facing Nigeria. So, you know, people will rep their country, they will roast the other people's country, but it is all in, you know, in zest, in good faith, and when, you know, you get to understand how people view you, and it is funny. But after the tournament, whoever wins, there will be like a day or two of good-natured insults, and then that thing just blows over. Nobody just wakes up and starts calling out Nigerians, or starts calling out Ghanaians, or starts calling out Tanzanians and their country and shitting on them. Because that will lead to some bleeding. Okay, nurse hoping will be in order. So so thank you very much. If I will post a link to some of the videos that I've highlighted or I've watched, so that you can go and watch the whole thing and get context. Also, I like what Osheduk Jackson did. He had posted an earlier video just sharing his thoughts, and he was talking about the timing of Abba and Preach, and how, you know, it is shady how they called out Fresh and Fit just when the lady who was being asked for sex had started calling them out. But he realized his mistakes and he rectified it, and he acknowledged that he had not done his homework, and he said he apologized to Abba and Preach, and also, you know, just said I should have done, you know, due diligence. I've done it now, and I realized that what people are saying, you know, Fresh and Fit, they are a problem. Like, he did not give, you know, his sources or why, but he said, like, I've done my research, I've really looked at the issues, and Fresh and Fit, in fact, he just said that they need to be kicked out of the manosphere because they are giving the manosphere a bad name. Okay, so that is what men do. You make a mistake. When you realize that you have made a mistake, you come out, you apologize, and then now you express your stand and you say, I was wrong to do this and this and this, and after doing my due diligence, I have realized that my position was wrong, and so I am changing my position and standing on this side because of A, B, C, D. And you know, maybe whatever he found out was too sensitive, I don't know, but the fact that he came out and said, you know, I made a mistake and now I've rectified it, you know, just taking accountability. That's what excites me about the men, what the men are becoming, because society has for quite a long time been demonizing us as men, and it is high time we started getting our house in order. And now the pushback is coming. Those people who are feeding the flames of the feminists and the womanists and these people who think men are evil, these men who feed into that need to be held accountable, called out, and it's like, you don't speak for us, speak for yourself. So anytime somebody brings them up, it's like, but they don't speak for us. We were very clear. You can watch a video X, video Y, video this, blog this, blog that. We've been calling them out for a while, so don't put that on me. Put them on the people who are doing what they are doing. So thank you very much. If you like this content, subscribe. I mean,